How's it going, Critter Family? I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going over a video by none other than Cesar Milan. And his title of this video says, Cesar Milan gets bitten by an insecure dog. Cesar 911 shorts. So this video is under 5 minutes long. I'll probably make it 3 times that by starting and stopping and explaining what I see in this video. If you want to see the original, then this is the title. If you like him and you want to support him, go do that. I'm not going to tell you not to. I just don't agree with him. I think he teaches and reinforces dangerous information and myths, and he's not knowledgeable, and he doesn't keep up to date with the current methods that are more humane for the dogs. I don't think he knows how to read dog language very well. Other than he knows how to avoid getting bitten, and he also knows how to set a dog up to bite him. So this poor little dog here, I think their name is Ducky, which is adorable. We have them on a slip lead. They already have a rounded collar. They have one eye. They're missing one eye. So that's going to make them all the more nervous. I don't know if they're a rescue dog or not, but either way, they have a previous injury. And this eye here could not be bigger. The pupil could not be more dilated. We have wrinkles around. This is a worried look, eyebrow, very tense body. Obviously, anytime a dog is working with Cesar, they're going to be tense. So I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to break down what I happen to see. So,
on one, pushing him to.
Okay, so, geez Louise. Okay. So first, a lot of things going on. A picture is worth 1,000 words. So we have. If you all, okay, I'm going to give you all a couple of seconds to put down in the comments below, list what you see wrong with this video, list what you see wrong with this scenario. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that, or you can pause the video and do it, but just let me know what you happen to see. It doesn't have to necessarily be, you're not right or wrong if you see things or don't see things. I just want to see what the average person might see, and trainers alike, trainers, not trainers, pet owners, whatever. Hermes is being a little pickle today. He's just being a crazy man, all hyper. So, I look forward to seeing what you all put in the comments below. If you and I mention the same thing, then, then let me know. Leave a little dog emoji in your comment. So, I see a trap point. We have a wall, we have a wall, we have a wall. The dog is literally cornered. Cesar is cornered. There's shadows. It's dark. The dog, there's also a camera person and probably a sound person over here. So this dog is absolutely trapped. It has nowhere to go. We have a slip lead. We have a hand going towards his face. We have Cesar looking down at him, very likely making eye contact. He's down on, he's not necessarily hovering over the dog, but the dog has a very curved back. The dog is leaning back as far as they possibly can. They cannot get away. Closed mouth, short lips, whale eyes. This dog is, they're sliding, trying to push themselves back against this corner. And he's going to try to force a muzzle on this dog. Now, if it were for a safety reason, like we need to get this dog medical care, that's one thing. I don't believe this is it. I believe he is here to train the dog, and the reason he's putting the muzzle on is so he can manipulate the dog and it can't fight back. That's what I see. So let me know what you all see, if there's anything that I happen to have missed. He's got a longer slip leash here. He had to put them together. Also, I don't like these. I don't like this type of muzzle. If it's open in the front, Hermes is getting crunchies. If it's open in the front, the dog can still bite, and it's very restrictive. That's also something I don't like. Also, this is under the chin. I don't know if he did that on purpose or not. So, a picture worth 1,000 words.
Overcome his fears and build trust.
Okay, so what happened between that cut? Cuts are very important. He was kneeling down, trying to put the muzzle on. Apparently it didn't work. Now he stands up. Look at this dog's eyes. This is not side-eye. This is not cute. He also keeps pressure on the leash. Now he's standing over the dog, who is still cornered. He is, I'm sure, keeping eye contact with this dog.
Has made progress and is able to.
And then we have another cut. So what happened in between those cuts? Very important. So now we have the dog out of the corner. Cesar has moved away. We still have the camera person. Dog is still trapped. Or dog could very likely still feel trapped. But they are panting now. I would absolutely imagine it's stress panting. They're relieving themselves of stress, taking a breath. We have a curved back. At least it's not as rounded, but we still have a rounded top line. The tail is tucked or very low and close to the body. The dog is still not comfortable. Just because you see them panting does not mean they are comfortable. He still is maintaining eye contact, it looks like, with this dog's one eye. The dog may not even, I'm sure they can hear, but they can't even see. They literally have a blind side. They always have a blind side. Everybody has a blind side. Behind Cesar, this is a blind side. But the camera person pointing this big thing and maybe a sound person over top of them is now in this dog's main blind side. And he's going to place one of these muzzles on this dog. And this muzzle, I'm kind of all over the place, but if I didn't explain it earlier, this open part, the dogs can still nip in it, and it's still very restrictive. So if you're going to, again, if this were in a medical emergency, do what you need to do to save the dog. This does not appear to be a medical emergency. If you're going to work with a dog, you want to muzzle train them. I have no problem conditioning a dog to a muzzle, but I like to get a proper fitting muzzle. I like to get one, I like a basket muzzle, nothing metallic. I want to make sure it has plenty of room for ventilation, plenty of room for them to be able to open their mouth and pant and bark and air snap if they feel they need to. That's not the purpose of it. Or the purpose of training is not to make them go that far, but where they can drink water, take treats, a proper fitting muzzle that is also closed in the front, so if they do go at you, they can't nip at you.
Muzzle on and off without incident, but has.
Okay, so he's practicing putting. I know if I had paused and just listened to the whole thing, they'd be saying, he's trying to put the muzzle on and off, blah blah blah. Okay, but if you're practicing this just so you can continue training, that's not how you practice it. Not how I recommend you practice it. You can practice it however you want. I don't recommend cornering a dog with a slip lead and forcing them to accept this muzzle. I mean, this dog's eyes are still, whale eye, super stressed the whole time. And now he's walking with the dog, but he's also leaning over the dog. And there's a camera person moving away from the dog. Again, could be creating pressure.
For Cesar to reach out and touch.
Okay, so I don't know why he's trying to touch him. Again, where are we now? We're now against another wall. We have a lip lick. He doesn't have the muzzle on him anymore. He made a muzzle out of his slip leash.
Him?
Again, maintaining eye contact the entire time. Big no-no. The reason why you don't want to maintain eye contact or hold eye contact, especially with a fearful dog, is it's intimidating. The dog is holding eye contact with him because he doesn't trust him. He's doing it as an intimidation tactic, and the dog is saying, hey, I don't trust you. You're trying to take away my defenses. You're not listening to me. So I'm going to keep an eye on this guy. I don't trust you. If he had this eye, he would probably be on this guy too. Or, he's keeping his ear on these other crew members of the TV show. And that's what all this is for show. But this isn't, if you have to muzzle the dog just to touch them, and you're training them, again, this is not for medical purposes, then you're doing something wrong. So the dog reacted, as we all probably could have seen coming 1,000 miles away. He sneakily goes in and touches, and the dog reacts because the dog is watching him here. He has something around his mouth, so he can't bite the dummy who's doing something stupid with the fearful dog. He corners him. I don't know why he's on a towel. I don't know how long they've been working. He goes to touch the dog reacts, and then he's going to do his little domination tactic, which is just absolutely unnecessary and not even fair because he caused this reaction. Dog didn't make contact. Dog wasn't trying to. It was just, if it did, it's a snap and release. Probably didn't even break the skin. It's saying, leave me alone, and then it runs away. Comes in with the intimidation. Okay, so it did make him bleed. Well, that's his fault. So now we're going to choke the dog. He's literally choking the dog now. This is retaliation. If you can't hear the dog, I'll shut up for a second. He caused it. This guy here, Cesar Milan. Now, that's the dog breathing.
I don't care.
The dog is now choking. And it's making these wheezing sounds. Because it was trying to defend itself. But now he's telling this dog, no, you can't even defend yourself. This is why this man and what he teaches is so dangerous. Choking it.
I don't care about the pain. What I care is I have to follow through. I have to stay my grounds. I have to help this dog to go to a calm, submissive state. Otherwise, he will never learn.
No. You have never learned. I know it's blurry, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. So he says this dog needs to go. He needs to help this dog to get into a calm, submissive state. When what he means is he's going to cause learned helplessness after abusing this animal. A lot of people won't see it as abuse. He's choking this dog. Lip lick. This dog cannot breathe. They're making like grunting noises because they cannot breathe. Sorry, that's Hermes playing in his favorite little toy. He caused this. He got himself bitten. And then he takes it personal and starts correcting the dog. He's teaching the dog to develop a learned helplessness, that no matter what I do, you just shut up and take it. Dog is choking. It's fighting because it can't breathe. I don't know how long this lasted.
I don't care about the pain.
The camera cuts away from all the aggressive leash popping.
What I care is I have to follow through. I have to stay my grounds. I have to help this dog to go to a calm, submissive state. Otherwise, he will never learn.
No, not at all. That's absolutely incorrect and dangerous information. This dog will learn very negative behavior. This dog might be dead by now. This dog, I wouldn't be surprised if this dog was put down because it became so much more aggressive after he has worked with it. There's a lot of cases, I've heard, who knows, believe nothing what you hear and only half of what you see, but I've heard of cases that a lot of the dogs that go to his, in quotation marks, psychology center, which is not a psychology center, it's a lie, and it's probably fraudulent because he claims to be an animal behaviorist. He's not. You need a degree in the United States of America to be considered an animal behaviorist. Otherwise, it's fraudulent. A lot of dogs in his care stay there forever. They get loose. They're put down. Or they become so neurotic and crazy that no one can work with them. He ruins dogs. It's just insane. So he caused this to happen. When the dog, he says he has to stand his ground. The dog wasn't coming for him. He was going for the dog. The dog was trying to run away after it bit him and was trying to run away. So he goes back, chokes them. But let's take care of the human. Oh, poor Cesar, right? Take care of his bleeding hand while he's choking this person's dog. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Again, he's still choking the dog. He's trying to force it down into what he calls submissive posture. Dummy, when a dog... You cannot force a submissive posture. A dog's true submissive posture is when the animal itself chooses to lay down to show you they are not a threat. Forcing them down is not an alpha role, dumbass. Humans call it that, but a family of wolves, you are not alpha, you are not leader of pack, you are not anything. Dogs are not pack animals. Wolves are a pack, a family unit. And if any wolf or any dog looks at another, in this case we're just talking about wolves, they look at another member and they look serious and the other one lays down, okay. It's their child, it's probably a brother, sister, maybe a parent. With dogs, they can choose to lay down in front of another one or not. Dogs and animals don't actively take an animal and force it down onto its side to stand over it. Will they take advantage of that opportunity? Sure. If this dog is thrown down, other dogs will absolutely go stand over top of it. Because that's just, dogs don't have the same mental, I don't know, they don't think like a wolf. We've made them to be submissive. We've made them very soft. We've made them act like a puppy, all their lives. So we can easily manipulate them. I guarantee he could never get away with this with a wild wolf. Not one that's been raised in captivity and forced upon humans who don't know anything about, wolf behavior. It's just ridiculous. Hurting the spine, hurting the legs and the joints, choking. The dog's eye is bloodshot because of how tight he's had this damn leash on it. Bloodshot eye. It's been this wide the entire time. Lip lick. Again, choking the dog. It is salivating thick saliva because it can't breathe. Gasping for air. And he is still so ignorant and oblivious that he is choosing to continue to throw this animal on the ground. Jeez Louise, man. This poor thing. Oh, now we can go pet it. Oh, I love you. I love you. No, yeah. he wasn't even trying to pet him. He's trying to throw his head down on the ground. Not throw, but I don't care. Grab his head, put it on the ground.
Bit me. But this is the kind of dog I choose to work with. And I will take a bite if I can save a dog's life.
You didn't save its life. I mean, I would bet $100,000 that this dog is dead now because he caused it to be euthanized because of his directly as of course, I'm not saying this is illegal. This is what I would bet, though. That after working with this dog, it became so aggressive and so unpredictable that he caused it to be euthanized. That would be my bet. You don't help shit, dude.
But it's also
You're abusive. You're not helping them. And he takes advantage of this opportunity to forcefully pet them on the head, and he's just asserting what humans think is dominance. Dominance, again, back to any animal. It's not just this overall ruler with a pack of wolves. The dominant leaders, the pack leaders, are the parents. And they're dominant because they're not enforcing their will on an animal like this. They don't corner them. They don't choke them. Dogs do that because humans have made them stupid and made them think like humans. They don't have a family to look after. Dogs don't have to go reserving energy to go hunting and running for days and go days without food.
To give him affection.
That dog does not give a shit about your affection because that's not affection to the dog. Even if this dog was perfectly fine and happy, petting, you may think it's affection. The dog may not give two hoots about it. So just because you say it's rewarding, just because you say it's affection, just because you say whatever, it doesn't mean anything. And this dog does not care. They are not in a mindset to see that as affection. Especially when you're forcing them down like this. Now you're just, let's pet you aggressively on the head, and we're going to drag you by your scruff and throw your head down. And people are going to say, oh, he's not throwing his head down.
What I wanted from him from the beginning.
Dude, he doesn't care what you want. Nobody cares what you want. Actually, a lot of people do. I don't care what you want. It shouldn't be about what you, as the narcissistic human, wants. It should be about what the dog wants. The dog wanted you to leave him the hell alone. You didn't because you're a narcissist and you're ignorant and you always have to get your way because whatever family issues you've never dealt with, you've never been to therapy, whatever. And so you take it out on animals. And I believe he thinks he's helping these animals, but it doesn't matter. The dog doesn't care what you want, what you're trying to do, what your intentions are. They care what you do. And right now you just cornered this dog, choked him, and forced him down on the ground. And now you're grabbing his head and, again, forcing it down on the ground. So he is, in your mind, submissive. This is learned helplessness. This will absolutely come out again in the future. If this dog has not already been put down. This dog is a ticking time bomb now.
It's important the emotions don't get in the way.
No, you absolutely had your emotions get in the way. Because you wouldn't be doing this. You know, small guy complex, short guy complex, whatever. Napoleon complex. Small guy gets to take it out on big, powerful dogs with one eye that don't fight back as you choke them. When they fight back, you corner them. This is absolutely based on emotion. After the dog bit him, he took it personally. That's how I see it. This guy is a joke. He's so dangerous. I'm not going to continue. Oh, look, let's force him in a bath with a muzzle where he can drown. He can drown here, but we don't care. We're going to side submit him in the damn tub and drown this dog. Look, there's bubbles and shampoo around his mouth. He can't even open his mouth properly. He can't breathe. This poor dog. I feel so bad. This is abuse in the name of training. I hope y'all got something from this. Thank you for to the suggestion. If it was a suggestion, I might have just found it, but thank you all for watching. Let me know what you think of this video, what you think of Cesar, what you saw in the video that I may or may not have missed. And in the meantime, please go give your little critters some not forceful loving, but give them some kind of loving they appreciate. Say howdy do for me. And until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity.